The first horse for your consideration and observation is number 358 in your show catalogue. This is Cerillo, owned by Trevor Badger from the Bridge House Stud at Ballynacargy in County Westmeath. As you can see, he's a dark bay horse. He was foaled in 1996, so that makes him 16 years of age. He's a German-bred horse, having been bred by Professor Gerhard Siebricht of the Gestüt-Hof Eisernicken in Germany. He's by the elegant air stallion Dashing Blade out of a mare called Silver Form by Formidable. Now, Cerillo was a winner in Germany, and he is a half-brother to Scaligero, which won 8 races and was champion chaser in Germany and in Italy. The horse was a winner himself at 2 years of age, and unfortunately he met with an injury later on, but nevertheless he had a handicap rating of 78. Number 360 comes to us from the Clahaman Stud outside Bunclody in County Wexford, and we have here Insatiable, a bay horse, 19 years of age, standing 16 2 hands or 168 centimeters. This horse was bred by W. Maxwell Irvine, and he's by the 2000 Guineas winner Don't Forget Me out of a mare called Petit Eclair by Major Portion. Petit Eclair won twice and placed 5 times, and the Grand Dame Café au Lait, which was by Espresso, was also a successful racehorse. Of more immediate importance, though, is that Insatiable was the winner of no less than 6 races and €368,000, and he was placed 6 times. He was rated a very high 118 by the official handicapper at the height of his racing career, and he showed his versatility and soundness by racing and winning at 2, 4, 5 and 6 years of age. We move on then to number 361. 361 is Sound Man Fure. This horse is owned by Michael Doyle from the Ohabank Stud at Bagnallstown in County Carlow. He's a 6-year-old horse, standing 16 2 hands, and was bred by PJ Hegarty at Bandon in County Cork. Unlike the horse we've just seen before, this horse, Sound Man Fure, has not been racing, but he's proved his athleticism and his talents in the sport horse equestrian scene, both in eventing and in show jumping. The next horse we see is number 362, and this is a horse who has taken the more traditional route of racing successfully. This is Point Liste, owned by Barbara Hatton from the famous Sligo Stud at Bagnallstown in County Carlow. And this liver chestnut horse was foaled in 2003, so he's 9 years of age. He stands just over 16 2 hands at 169 centimeters, and he's an American-bred horse. He's by the horse that was called the Iron Horse, Giant's Causeway, who, when trained by Aidan O'Brien, won 6 Group 1 races back in the early noughties. He, of course, Giant's Causeway, was champion 3-year-old in Europe and has been the sire of the successful racing stallions Footsteps in the Sand, Shammerdal and Intense Focus. Next we move on to number 363. 363 is owned by John Kerwin from Kilmaccommon in County Waterford. This is Spirit House, a 14-year-old bay horse standing 169 centimeters or 16 2 1/4 hands high. He was bred in the States by William Burgess, and he's by the champion 3-year-old of his day, Hansel, who won no less than $3 million in stakes money in that country. The dam of Spirit House is a mare called Ashwood Angel, a winner of 2 races herself, and she was by Well Decorated. Come to number 364. 364 is owned by Eamon and Gladys McGargle of the Drummahound Stud outside Castleblaney in County Monaghan. This is Road to Happiness, an English-bred stallion, foaled in 2004, so he's 8 years of age and he stands 16-2 hands. He was bred by Gainsborough Stud Management, one of the top stud farms in GB, and he's by Rainbow Quest out of a mare called Hedonic, who was by the American sire Gone West. He was fully approved as a stallion in 2008 and has been producing successful progeny at county show level and in traditional Irish sport horse All-Ireland classes, including a filly foal which won a championship in such a final last year. Next we move on to the only grey horse in the parade here this afternoon, and this is Akamaro, a German-bred horse, another German-bred horse, which is quite unusual to have 2 or more in the ring here this afternoon. And this horse, Akamaro, is owned by Joe O'Donoghue and Des Barnwell from the Clashmore Stud at Hospital in County Limerick. He was foaled in 1966, so that leaves him 16 years of age. He stands about 16.5 hands high, or 166 centimeters, and he was bred by the Gestut Brummerhof. He's by the Liefard stallion Gufalik, an American bred stallion, and he's out of a mare called Astika by Cerillo. Racing in Germany, he was a Group 2 winner over 10 furlongs, and he placed second in a Group 1 race over 1.5 miles in that country. From that grey horse we move on to catalogue number 366. This is Mther, owned by Kieran O'Gorman from the Brookfield House Stud at Clonakilty in West Cork. This is a bay horse, only 3 years of age, standing already 16.2 hands high. He was bred by Ballylynch Stud in County Kilkenny, and he's by the eminently successful French-bred horse Lawman, who has produced so many good horses in his brief career at stud to date, and also stands down at Ballylynch Stud. The dam of Mther is a mare called Requested Pleasure, who was by Rainbow Quest, that I've mentioned already in this commentary. I'm told that his owners are eagerly looking forward to his first crop of foals next spring. Next is number 367, and this is Diamond Discovery, owned by an old friend of ours, Tim O'Regan from the Ballygarrett Stud outside Mallow in County Cork. This horse, approved in 2003 by Horse Sport Ireland, is a dark brown horse, as you can see, almost black. He was foaled in 1998, so he's 14 years of age. He stands 170 centimeters, which is about 16.3 hands, and he was bred in America by the AAA Ranch. He's by the prolific racing winner Weatherbreak, a horse from the Busted line, and Weatherbreak is by Matoto. The dam of Diamond Discovery is Ali's Diamond, who was by Caracolero. This horse ran a few times on the racetrack, but was bought primarily for his physique and his conformation and his suitability for siring sport horse foals. He's had several horses competing at the RDS over the last couple of years, and including a horse called Discovered, which won the 5-year-old young event class back, I think it was last year or the year before. Next we have number 368. Number 368 is Dunlight, an Irish-bred thoroughbred horse, approved just this year. He's owned by Jane Scully from the Limbo Stud outside Baltimore in West Cork, and he's a liver chestnut horse foaled in 2003, so he's 9 years old. He stands just over 16 one hands, and he was bred here in Ireland by Mr. and Mrs. Egan. He's by Desert Sun, a green desert stallion, out of a mare called Badia, who was by the very successful racehorse stallion Marju. Dunlight was trained by Clive Cox at Lambourn in England and raced from 2 to 8 years inclusive, winning or placed in no less than 15 black type or pattern races, and indeed the last listed race he won, he achieved that victory at 8 years of age. So a winner are being placed in no less than 15 black type races. It's a phenomenal racing record, and he's proved his toughness and his soundness by racing up to and including 8 years of age. The last horse, 369, is unfortunately absent, but you have seen 10 very nice stallions here this afternoon. I hope that the information we have given you is of interest and of use.